Eileo guys, and welcome back. So Mowgli is our Nat 3 for this month, which is October 2019 for our rebirth. Actually, you guys know in the Discord that I've been honestly super excited to have Mowgli back because I was missing Light Mowgli, but I have her now. Personally, I'm going to tell you guys already, I'm a big fan of Mowgli because, especially for new players that don't have many mons, you guys might not have a Dark Nuker, you might not have a Gatito, you might not have a Dark Snow White, you might not have any of those mons, especially for dungeons such as B9 and B7. You might not have any good hard-hitting mons, and Mowgli fills that role. Is she perfect at it? No. But does she get the job done? Yeah. She gets the job done. Even if you have her on a Ruin set or Intuition set and she's fully booked up, her damage is honestly okay. That's why I'm a big fan of Mowgli, because all of them are actually useful depending on where you're at in the game. Obviously later on in the game it's not that big of a use, but I still use mine in Light Colossus. I mean, I still use mine probably maybe in Dark Colossus, I'm not sure, and I still use her in Clan vs Clan because of how hard she hits. So not much there in Titans or PvP, but pretty much anywhere else, especially for new players, she's great. But anyways, let me go ahead and check her out for you, my boys. We got Dark Mowgli over here, who's an attacker type. She's coming in with 27k HP, nearly 3.1k attack, and then 2.2k defense. Stat wise, overall, pretty solid. 27k HP on an attacker is nice. Nearly 3.1k attack, phenomenal. 2.2k defense, fine. And all of the Mowglis come with Hunter and Predator, so all of them need crit. They all need a square slot, so I'm not going to touch too much on that, just to remind you guys that they all need a square slot. But you put this bad girl on Intuition, which is what mine is on, she's good to go, dude. I would love to get her on Ruin. Her damage, like I said before, isn't like, oh my goodness, but is it enough to get you through in certain situations? Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So definitely don't underestimate her. If you need a Dark Nuker, especially my boys out there that I've done account reviews on that don't have Dark Nukers and are trying to do Light Colossus, you need to go and pick Dark Mowgli up. There is no excuse. We have nearly a whole month left for you guys to go over here and pick her up. There's no excuse. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Not at all. But very useful mon, like I said before. There she is. Alright, we have Light Mowgli next, who's also an attacker type. I believe they're all attacker types. But she has 28,000 HP, 3.1k attack, and then 2k defense. So a little bit less defense than the dark type. A little bit more HP and a little bit more attack. Overall, pretty much the same here. Once again, she needs a square slot because she is critical hit reliant like all of them. I do believe she is actually viable in Golem's B10. She's not going to be as strong as Light Fennec, but she should be okay there. But she is viable in Golem's B10 if you want to run like a triple, not a triple, but like a quad squad of Light Mowgli. So you could use her, or you can run Light Mowgli with her lead and maybe some Fennecs if that's all you have. Maybe you didn't get 4 like Fennecs. Not a super big deal there, but you could run her like that. Once again, I do believe she is viable for Dragon's B10. I could be wrong because I don't really do it. But once again, if you don't have a Light Nuker, her damage is fine. I'm not going to say that she's weak. I'm not going to say that she's garbage. Her damage is fine. It's what you expect from a Nat 4/Nat 3 rebirth. And honestly, it's not that bad if you book her up. It's not that bad. Now for veteran players, I know you guys are like, dude, Mowgli's garbage. But for new players, especially when I was coming up, man, Mowgli, I underestimated her. And then I ended up making all of them, and I'm still happy to this day. Next up is the Wood one, though. The Wood one has nearly 27k HP, 2.8k attack, and then 1.5k defense. Her HP is fine. Attack almost 3k as a Nat 3 is crazy. Defense is gag me with a machete. 100% gag me with a machete. Would I bring her in Clan vs Clan or something like that if she's all that I had? But other than that, if I had something else, I would not use her there. Her predominant use, though, would be maybe one of the earlier dragons for people trying to get like a ghetto siphon set going on, which is perfectly fine. I'm not like trying to drag you through the dirt for that. Perfectly fine like that. Low level dragons, and of course B7. That'd be the only two uses for her, just for her to get you through, just so you can farm out gems. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Anything else, I can't really recommend, but even having a mon that you can get for one of the golems to fill up one of your slots, especially for wood mons, is a blessing, dude. So that's why I definitely like Mowgli, because they're all pretty useful. Next up, though, is Water Mowgli. She's an attacker type, of course, coming in with nearly 29k HP, nearly 29k HP, 2.6k attack, and then 1.6k defense. Once again, plenty of HP. Attack is fine for Nat 3. Defense is just gag me with a machete. Defense is awful. And once again, just like all the other Mowglis, she does need a square slot to do what she needs to do. Now, would I build this one? She does have books, but she requires a square slot. Would I build this one? Obviously, I built it for the Astro Guide, but in terms of overall purposes, I guess if you didn't have a Water Mona, or if you didn't feel like building a Water Mona, I guess she would be okay if her golems be 8, but in my opinion, I would still just say just grab 2 Monas. Mona's easily farmable. Mowgli comes from eggs, and of course we have a rebirth right now. But once Mowgli's gone, how are you going to get the rest of them? I mean, from eggs, but we know how random that is. It could take you a month to get a Mowgli to Evo 3, while it can take you a couple days to get a Mona to Evo 3. So in this case, Mowgli is not useful here because we have Water Mona, and Water Mona is perfectly fine for B8, and she's perfectly fine for dragon content as well. So you can use her if you want. I'm not saying that you don't have to use her, but I'm just saying that Water Mona is still bae in that situation. And then we have Fire Mowgli. So Fire Mowgli has nearly 27k HP, and of course she's an attacker type with 2.7k attack and then 1.5k defense. 27,000 HP, once again fairly good. 2.7k attack, once again fairly good. Defense, once again gag me with a machete. Very, very awful. I do use her, well, I did use her for, what did I use her for? I'm pretty sure I used her in Clan vs. Clan on one of my squads, just as a wood nuker, and I do believe I used her in Dragon somewhere as well. I also believe I might use her in Wood Colossus, because at that time I didn't have that many wood sea strikers, well, fire sea strikers, but I feel like I definitely used her. I feel like this was the one that I made, and I gave Mowgli a chance, and I was like, wow, dude, Mowgli's actually okay. She's actually okay. But to those of you guys, I'm over here struggling to talk right now, trying not to cough, but to those that need mons, especially mons for golems, especially for the newbies out there, definitely pick up the at least the fire and the wood Mowgli, just to have for your golems teams before you get ready for B10, or if you're in the process of getting ready for B10. And to those of you that don't have light nukers, and especially dark nukers, because I've seen your accounts and you guys don't, pick up Dark Mowgli. There's no excuse. At the end of the day, wow, I wasted my time Evo 3ing a Dark Mowgli for her to be outdated or just unused, because 2 weeks later I pulled 4 dark Persephones, or 4 dark Indras, or 4 dark Monas, you know. If you get your use out of her and she does the job, then she does the job, and that's all that matters. But I definitely hope this review helps. Once again, Mowgli is more, I would say, beginner orientated. She's still an okay mon. Does she fall off late game? Yes, but I still find that she has some uses personally for me, and that's all that matters. And once again, you guys, remember, this is all just advice. It is professional, but it's unlicensed. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.